What do you really think when you hear the word woke? If your kids or your grandkids were to ask you what it meant, what would you say? Today, we're not just unpacking a word, we're exposing how history, language, and truth are manipulated and how you can stop it. Now, before we go any further, if you believe that Black history is more than just a month, go ahead and hit the subscribe button because these conversations, they're not happening in the classroom, but they need to happen here. All right, let's move forward. So, what does the word woke mean to you? For some, it's just slang. For others, it's just a way of life. But if you were to ask 10 different people, you're probably going to get 10 different answers. And that right there is the problem. For me, it's both hilarious and sad at the same time. How language meant to empower one group has a way of offending the other. And that's why I emphasize knowing Black history, because history will show you that this is not the first time how something meant for our good was turned against us. Webster's dictionary says woke is the past tense of wake, to emerge from sleep. But in our communities, Black Americans and others who believe in civil rights, woke means something deeper. Woke means being aware. Woke means being conscious of the injustices around you. And woke means refusing to stay silent. So how did a word that meant awareness become a weapon? So let's talk about it. In the Black communities, woke means that someone was informed and educated. They were conscious of injustices and inequality. According to Merriam-Webster, the term stay woke dates all the way back to the 1930s. It was used in a protest song called the Scottsboro Boys, which was about 9 Black teens falsely accused of rape. The artist, better known as Leadbelly, was warning Black Americans to keep their eyes open and to stay alert to racist violence. So think about that. That phrase, stay woke, that wasn't born on Twitter. That phrase is almost 100 years old. So when you know your history, you stop being surprised by how it repeats itself. Let me take you back a moment. I remember it was a Saturday afternoon because I was watching College Game Day. My honey-do list was done and I had on my team gear and all of my College Game Day food was already cooked. The life was good. Then my phone rang and it was a friend of mine, and the first thing he said was, "Bro, we better stay woke. They are killing us like dogs out here." Now, at that moment, I had not heard of what happened to Michael Brown. And then he told me everything, and just like that, my joy slipped away. All I could think about was Eric Gardner, who was killed just 1 month prior. And then just 3 months later, Tamir Rice, just 12 years old, was killed while holding a toy gun. Fast forward to 2014. Michael Brown was fatally shot and killed by police in Ferguson, Missouri. That same year, Eric Gardner and Tamir Rice were also killed, and the words "stay woke" rang out again across protests, hashtags, and headlines as a warning, a rallying cry. As the bodies piled up, the words "stay woke" began resonating louder and louder in multiple cities across the country. But I want to pause here and ask you, do you remember where you were when those events took place? What did you feel in that moment? Did you think, here we go again, or did you feel powerless or fired up? You see, woke was never about division. It was about awareness. But just like the civil rights era, the moment we start speaking up, the narrative starts to shift. Ishnia Robinson wrote an article for the NAACP's Legal Defense Fund. And in that article, she wrote, when people during the civil rights movement began saying Black power, all of a sudden, it became a term that people equated with communism and anti-white sentiment. And then it eventually gave birth to the term white power. Suddenly, the 1619 Project, which centers on the ramifications of slavery and the contributions of black people in American history, has now become an insult. When we said that Black lives matter, they responded with what? All lives matter and blue lives matter. Do you see a pattern here? History has proven that every time we try to raise awareness, there are some in America that try to reframe it, they try to dilute it, and they try to flip that awareness against us. So let me ask you directly, what do you think about the terms Black Lives Matter and Stay Woke? Do you believe that they're still legitimate? How do you feel when you hear folks try to twist them into something else? Because here's what happened. As woke gained momentum, some began using it as a racial slur, a dog whistle, something ugly. In the state of Florida, Governor Ron DeSantis went on record saying that some believe that there is a systematic injustice in America and that these injustices need to be addressed. He have followed those words with this: "We reject woke ideology," as if knowing that there is systematic injustices and wanting to correct them is some kind of a threat. It's happening again, just like in 2014, just like in the 1930s. What was meant for good is being turned into something bad. And once again, it is not Black Americans or people of color or even those who believe in justice for everybody that's changing the meaning, but it's always us collectively being the ones that's pushing the cause forward. But just as one young artist said in one of his songs about injustice, peekaboo, because we've never been asleep. Hey, a book that I'd recommend during this video is called Stay Woke, A People's Guide to Making All Black Lives Matter by Tehima Lopez Banyasi and Candace Waltz Smith. Parents and grandparents, this kind of truth our kids are not going to get in any school or outside of our circles. It is on us to pass it down to them. So if we don't teach them, no one will. So let's talk about it together inside of our private Facebook group, where we can go deeper, ask real questions, and bring history back to life. And if this message hit home for you, help us keep this going by liking this video and sharing it with someone that you care about. And last but not least, hit the subscribe button to join us here at Unlocking Black History. I'll see you at the next video.